Hi guys, welcome to MoonChild Serendipity Tarot. So today we have the last one, the last reading in the series that I will try to predict the next 6 months for BTS's members. So today we have Jung Kook's reading. So we will together we will look at the current energies that's surrounding Jung Kook and also within him. And from that we will try to foresee what's coming for him in the next 6 months. So from now until the end of 2021. We have the tarot cards here to give us the stories, messages, the details, and then we will have some oracle cards here to kind of like clarify or give us some more additional information. And then lastly we will shuffle this together to see if there is any final messages or anything that we might have missed from the cards. So let's start with the tarot cards. We have the Three of Wands to start with. Then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. I already see like conflicting energies going back and forth between ideas or between don't and do's. Then I have Ten of Wands. It's all just wands. So I guess this has something to do with his work or his mixtape. Let's say it is his mixtape. I feel like he is done. Like it's done, and he has. Jung Kook has visioned how his mixtape will turn out to be. Now he's like taking a step back. It's done. He's taking a step back to look at it from afar and try to enjoy it from a different perspective. Like try to look at it from a different perspective to see if there is anything that he might want to change about it. But I feel like he's pretty proud of himself, and the people around him has given him a lot of encouragement and a lot of compliments. They are very proud of him for getting this done as well. And I guess that he has, like by making this mixtape, he has come a lot further than he has imagined himself to be, or than he has given himself the credits. He has improved, he has learned and grown so much in the process of making these mixtapes, but he doesn't give himself credits for that. He's too humble. He's too humble to recognize the efforts or the achievement that he has made while making this mixtape. But then at the same time, I still feel like there is this reluctance to release it right at this moment, like or within the next 2 months. He's still scared to drop it. It's like look at this man. He's literally like, I don't want to drop. I don't know. He's like, I don't know what's going on down there. What if I jump, and what if I fall, and what's going on? What people gonna say? There's just a lot of hesitation, and there's a lot of reluctance. So that is the conflicting ideas. Like Jung Kook is very proud of himself for getting up here. But then he doesn't want to take the last step, which is jumping off the cliff, like dropping the thing, dropping the bombs. He's still scared. And then like Ten of Wands is the indicator that he has been these whole conflicting emotions has been waiting on him for a really long time. He has been carrying this mixtape on his shoulders as if it's a burden. It's not a burden, but it's a pressure, and it's always on his mind. It's always hanging in his mind. He's scared to drop it, but it's getting heavier and heavier days by days that he's keeping it in there. He knows that people are waiting for it, and that makes it even heavier for him to carry. But he's just so stubborn. being born in the year of the ox doesn't help. It's just emphasizes stubbornness. Sometimes I'm really frustrated with Jung Kook. Sometimes he's too humble and he's too nice, to the point that he's stubborn to accept that he can do differently. Like he can do something bold. I mean, within the last 2 years, a year and a half, he has changed a lot. He has expressed himself out, and I'm incredibly proud of him for doing so. Still, there are sides of him that is so slow to change, and that comes as second nature to him, because once he's a fixed sign, an earthy sign at that, and also he was born in the year of the ox. So we just have to be patient, and he has to be patient with himself, because I know this conflicting idea, this conflicting emotion, conflicting thoughts is also like burning him from inside. But he just has to be patient with himself and make peace with himself, and I guess we don't show it enough. But let's be patient with him. We grow together. He's still growing. We in this together. So I hope that fans can show support and his encouragement for him to take. I mean, I don't know at this point. Like, is it good to encourage him to take as much time as he would like to? Because the more times he takes, the more things he would see, the more flaws that he would see in his work. As you said, just drop it and forget about it and let it go. It's your first one. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect, but Jung Kook's expecting himself to be perfect. That is the problem. But yeah, I guess we just have to go with it and just let him figure it out himself. The next one we have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Five of Cups. Again, it's like the conflicting inner struggle, inner battles that he's having with himself. Oh, but then we have the Wheel of Fortune to lift it up a little bit. So yeah, again, like with the Four of Cups in reverse, it's telling me that there are a lot of moments that Jung Kook would, like he would talk himself, he would step out of his inner conflict. He would get out of this state of being stagnant, and of being trapped inside his head, and of thinking too much about all the possibility, of thinking too much about what could go wrong. There will be a lot of moments that he would step out of that, and he would be like, okay, I'm gonna do it now, I'm gonna do this now, I'm gonna risk it. But then like 2 seconds later he'll be like, oh my god, what if? And the Five of Wands is someone who's focusing on the dark sides of things too much. Like this man, he has lost 3 out of his 5 cups. He still has 2 left, which means that he has something that he didn't lose everything, but he's focusing too much on what he has lost, and then and by doing that he's neglecting what he has left. So instead of crying over spilled milk, he could have turned around and treasure what he has left. And even if he wants, he can pick up these cups and just get some water from the river down there. Like there are ways to be more positive about life, and life doesn't shut all the doors to any of us. Like once one door's closed, another one's open. As long as we look, and as long as we knock on the door, it will open for us. And that doesn't just apply for Jung Kook, it applies for us, and it's life. And I just wish that Jung Kook would see that. Sometimes he focuses too much on his flaws, on what could be wrong in the eyes of the wrong people. It's easy for him to get attacked by the criticism of people who doesn't understand him or who doesn't treasure him, who only wants bad things for him. And I would have thought that throughout these 8 years, Jung Kook has learned a lot to get out of that stage of mind. And I know that he has learned a lot, he has grown a lot, but apparently the positive, the negative energies, they also evolve. Like they also change in different forms and shapes, and they affect Jung Kook in a different ways than before. So he has learned to deal with one thing, but then the energies shift, and he's getting attacked, and he's getting scared again. But I mean, it's something that it doesn't happen to Jung Kook alone. It happens to all of us. We constantly have to learn how to grow and how to deal with different things in life. And life doesn't come with just candies and roses. It comes with both light and darkness, you know. So we always have to learn to look at the right things at the right time, to appreciate the right things at the right time. And I think Jung Kook will learn that around October, September, with his growth fortune. There's definitely like blessing and help coming his way, like the mirrored like assurance, encouragement, and just lights. He's given hope from a string of events. It's not just one event or one person. It's like a flows of events that comes one after another, that makes him realize that there's so much more to focus on than focusing on what he has not done well enough, or what has been criticized by people that only wants bad things for him. I think that Jung Kook will learn how to grow from that. And then for the end of the year, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. It's just a lot of like reversing here. Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay, so that is like more indicators of this is all happening inside Jung Kook's head. Like it's his, I mean, it's a hurdle. It's a hurdle, but I can't even say it. It's a hurdle that he needs to jump over to grow. And I mean, he's only 23. It's necessary. And like by the end of the year, what I see is that he would start to get a clearer vision of what he wants to do. He would, like, things would get cleared up in his mind. He would get more inspired, motivated. He will start to see the path more clearly, and then he would have the courage with the bravery to kind of like get it hands on doing something. With the Ace of Swords, I think he would just get a sense of being a lot braver by the end of the year. And also with the Ten of Cups in reverse, I felt like he will receive love and support that makes him feel like I need to give myself the credit. I need to give myself the equal amount of love that I received from people. Because if other people can love me this much, why can't I love me half as much as that? I think that's the realization that would come to Jung Kook by the end of this year. So he will get inspired. He will like, his energy will start picking up just from receiving love and receiving support. So maybe we can change this, because fans are the one who influence a lot of things that are happening with Jung Kook, to Jung Kook, influence his energy in a way, because his energy is incredibly open, and he absorbed a lot of energies from fans and from other people subconsciously, like he doesn't even know it. So I guess I hope that if you're hearing this and if you love Jung Kook, then you would intend to send him positive energy, like love, support, pray for him, like just wishing him well. I'm pretty sure he will be able to receive that, so that like together we can gather enough positive energy to counter the negative energy that Jung Kook tends to be drawn to. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for the tarot cards. Let's have a look at the oracles. The energy is gaining momentum. I think that will fit here. Like once it starts to get picked up, and then we'll have walk through your fear. This is definitely here. Like, do I need to explain more about that? It's definitely the messages that encourages Jung Kook to work through his fear. Like, it doesn't. I mean, there's just a lot of reluctance here. So I guess, yeah, the message to him, I've said it enough. It's just, don't be afraid to do it. Like, if people love him, they will love him for whatever it is that he does, because he always put 110% of his effort, his love, his everything into whatever it is that he does. There's no way that people, genuine people, wouldn't pick up on that. So I guess instead of worrying that people would not love what he puts out, he should just do it, and the right people will be attracted by the energy that he generates from his work and from himself. Right. And then with these oracle cards we have think on your feet. So this is more about like being flexible, and just spontaneous is what I'm hearing. It is definitely something that Jung Kook doesn't have. He's everything but spontaneous. It's very opposite to Taeyeon though. And then we have Fox Spirit, clear out the clutter. I think some of the other members also had this card, but with this spread I see different meanings from this. The clutters here, the clutter here being the hurdles, the weights that Jung Kook has been carrying with him, the thoughts, the conflicting emotions. He needs to clear that out in order for positive energy to flow through him more seamlessly. Because for now there's a lot of like objects on the way that kind of like blocked or diverts the energy that flows through him. So he would experience like blockage and confusions and hesitation and reluctance. He definitely needs to do some kind of like spiritual detox. Yeah. Or even like clear out his work desk or his studio, clear out his file, his drive, reorganize his working space is what I'm hearing. He probably has a lot of too many drafts, like too many drafts to work on, and he constantly wants to like, oh, I want to use it, I want to use that, I want to save this for later. I might be able to use this later, and he constantly wants to change things in his work. That is the clutter that he needs to clear out. And then we have Dove Spirit, be peace. I think this is the advice for Jung Kook to be at peace with himself. As I mentioned before, it's all happening in him, in his head. So he is the only one who can untangle this, and the only way is just to be at peace with himself. to give himself the credit that he deserves. And I think I've said this way too many times to Jung Kook, but I guess he still has time to learn. He still has things that he needs to learn. So yeah, we just have to be patient. And I always have him in my best prayer. I always try to send him positive energy and stable energy. And I think that's the best thing that we can do, well, spiritually, because there are other things that we can do to make him feel love. But yeah, let's see if we... Oh my god. Okay, we'll take this one. Oh, stillness. Okay. And I feel like we need another one. Okay, let's see. Trust. Oh. See, he needs... Oh. Jung Kook needs to trust himself. And this is also like taking time to breathe in and breathe out. Give himself a pause. Give himself time to reflect. That's what I'm hearing. But like most of all, trust in himself. Trust that he can do this. Trust that people will love what he puts out. Yeah, trust in the universe. That's what I'm hearing. Things will work out, because I mean, Jung Kook always has the purest intention, and his energy is so pure. So the wheel of fortune will work in his favor, no doubt. And also this stillness is also giving me the same vibes of the dove spirit, like be at peace. Be at peace with himself, like giving himself the time, the appreciation, the, how do you say it, the gratitude to himself that he deserves. And I think, oh, suddenly I'm hearing like still with you. And I think that song is Jung Kook's safe place. Like whenever he feels that the emotions are too overwhelming for him to bear, he would just go and listen to that song, and everything will fall back to his place. Like he would be reminded as how he felt when he made that song, and what he wanted when he made that song. And I think that is something really, really valuable, and it's something that is deep down in the core of his existence. So that song is something very, very important, very special to Jung Kook, and I know it is for a lot of people as well, to myself as well. It's definitely a gem. But yeah, I think that's all that I have for Jung Kook's reading. As to what's coming for him in the next 6 months from now to the end of 2021. Thank you so much for being with me throughout this series, and yeah, please let me know if you have any ideas as to like what should I read on next, and I will consider which are feasible, basically. So I have made like a Google Doc forms for you to kind of give me the ideas you have, so that it's easier than commenting. It's also easier for me to look at. So if you do have a suggestion for me for reading in the future, please leave it in that link, and I will very much appreciate that. But yeah, please stay safe and stay positive wherever you are, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye!